prefer Hollywood Squares over any other game show.
And the very talented Marilu Henner.
Ready?
That's why they hailed her taxi more than Judd Hirsch's.
Next, Hollywood Squares.
Alien sportscaster in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Which star is it?
This week, Debbie Reynolds, Chaka, McIntyre, Becker's Farrell, Marilu Henner, Hanna, from Whose Line Is It Anyway, Proops, Vilanch, and starring Whoopi Goldberg, with your host, Tom Bergeron, all on Hollywood Squares. And here's Tom Bergeron.
Thank you, Shadow. Welcome. Thank you, guys. Welcome to Hollywood Squares, the voice of the two-headed alien sportscaster in Star Wars Episode 1, Greg Proops up there. Greg Proops from Rendezvous. What was the voice? I don't remember. How did you prepare for that?
How did I prepare?
Yeah.
Drink.
Good.
The voice was like, I don't care what galaxy you're from, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah. All right. Okay. Hollywood Squares has instituted our Secret Square sweepstakes, in which you, too, can win the Secret Square stash, and it's growing to be a big one. We'll tell you how you can join in our Secret Square sweepstakes later in this half hour. Let's welcome back our returning champion, day 3 for her, Kamara Sam's $11,000. Good to see you again, Kamara. And you are challenged by Mr. X, Ryan Weir. Welcome, Ryan. Good to see you here. We'll talk to you a bit later on. First game's worth $1,000, and Whoopi is holding an animal in a pot holder, apparently. What is that?
This is my grandchild.
Oh, wow.
The newest.
Okay.
It's a Pikachu.
It's a what?
Pikachu.
Pikachu, honey bear.
Isn't that one of the Pokemon characters? Okay, our first game is worth $1,000, and Ryan, as the challenger, you start.
Debbie Reynolds, please.
Debbie Reynolds, all right. Debbie, when your male fish starts blowing bubbles in his aquarium, what does this mean?
Well, I haven't been with one in such a long time. Let me think. I would think probably he has to go to the pissoir, but he can't do it in the water. Or it could be lack of oxygen.
I disagree.
It means he's ready for breeding, is what he's ready for. X gets the square. Who knew? Kamara.
Greg Proops.
Greg Proops from Rendezvous and Star Wars Episode 1. Greg, Major League Baseball divides its All-Stars according to the league they play in, while the National Hockey League currently divides its All-Stars according to what?
The number of teeth. I'm going to say how long they've been in the league, seniority.
I disagree.
Where they're from. It's North America versus the world, actually. Circle gets that one. Ryan.
Bruce Vilanch.
Bruce Vilanch, all right.
All right.
Sick puppy, huh?
That kind of brought me in from the zoo this morning.
Okay. What world-famous tourist attraction, Bruce, has a lion's body, a human head, and no nose?
Mount Michael Jackson. A lion's head, no nose.
Lion's body, a human head, and no nose.
That would be the Sphinx.
I agree.
The Sphinx, yes,
The
that's
Sphinx.
right. X gets it. Kamara.
Chaka Khan for the block, please.
Chaka Khan for the block. Check out ChakaKhan.com for upcoming tour dates. Chaka Khan, what common household item did former Beatle George Harrison buy for $3,500 because it played the song Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds?
How about a music box? Swiss music box.
I disagree.
It was a toilet seat. It played it when you lifted the lid. Circle gets the block. Ryan.
Joey McIntyre for the block.
Joey for the block is CD. Meet Joe Mack. All right, Joey, USA Today reports after oil, the most traded commodity in the world is what?
Sex.
I was thinking that.
Must be gold. I agree.
Coffee. coffee is what it is. Can't give you that one, Kamara. You have to earn it yourself.
Joey McIntyre for the win.
All right, Joey, for $1,000. No matter how hard you try, it's impossible to fold an 8.5 by 11.5 piece of paper in half more than how many times?
Got a lot of time on your hands.
You absolutely do.
11, and then the 8 side would, and then down, and then that would be 4.
I'm a comedian. I don't know any math. Why are you folding paper is my question. Get some friends.
4.
I disagree.
7. Just try it at home. You'll see for yourself. Circle gets it at $1,000. I'm saving this one. Speaking of a role he played, who said it's pretty sad when a person has to lose weight to play Babe Ruth? I'll tell you right after this. Goodman had to lose weight to play Babe Ruth. John Goodman, welcome back to the show. We're going to kick off a Secret Square game that has a pretty sizable Secret Square stash. But first, let's say hello to our players officially. Kamara Sam's day 3 as champion. Welcome back. Remind us about yourself.
For the past year, I've worked for the Salvation Army as the Director of Media Relations, and I'd like to say hi to my mom, Dorothy, who encouraged me to try out for this show.
Oh, good. All right. Good enough. And Ryan Weir, Mr. X. Share your life with America.
I'm a waiter and recent graduate from Loyola Marymount University with a BA in Business Finance, and I live in Hermosa Beach.
All right, good enough. Now, in this $1,000 Secret Square game, each of you are going to be playing for a home viewer in our Secret Square sweepstakes. Ryan, you're playing for Regina Smith of Santee, California, and Kamara, you're playing for James Conaway of Virginia Beach. Virginia, if one of you wins the Secret Square stash, so does the home viewer. We've got all kinds of things in here. We got trips, we got home gyms, we got DVD packages, and today, Shadow, what are we adding?
It's an IKEA gift certificate. IKEA offers affordable and unique design solutions for all your home furnishing needs. All IKEA products are affordably priced to help you live better. Worth $2,000.
All right, thank you, Shadow. That means our Secret Square stash today is worth just under $14,000. You can almost smell money in the air. Oh, it's not the money then. It's Jack's new friend.
A skunk.
It's a skunk. He's skunk though, right? He's like
He's supposed to be. He's still a little older. Whoopi don't.
I wouldn't disagree with the skunk if I were you.
Yeah, really. Let's show you folks who the Secret Square is. All right, now you know. Kamara, you won the first game. You start.
Debbie Reynolds, please.
Debbie Reynolds. All right, Debbie. In Greek mythology, Hera was both Zeus's sister and his what?
I think the whole family wanted to be more important in the family other than a sister, so she became his wife. I'm a wife of many times. You can believe. Darling, I never that much of us survive.
I agree.
Yeah, that's got to be bad for the bloodline. Yes, his wife. That's right. Circle gets the square. Ryan.
Greg Proops.
Greg Proops. All right, Greg. Hi, Ryan. Greg, what condiment serves as an excellent cleaner, especially for tarnished or corroded brass?
I find vodka puts a nice shine on everything. Is it too early to drink? I'm going to say mayonnaise.
I agree.
Ketchup. Ketchup, actually. Circle gets that square. Break for you, Kamara.
Whoopi Goldberg, please.
All right, Whoopi. All right, you want to stay over there? Yeah, I can. Sure. Whoopi.
Yes?
Whoopi will be answering from Bruce's square.
Yes. Just till the skunk goes back to the skunk palace or whatever it is. Because I'm scared, because Jack, you notice Jack didn't say, oh, yeah, the skunk's absolutely got no scent. He said, nah, I got a little scent. Like,
Yeah.
Because once it's in here forever. So I'll be talking to you from right over here, Kamara.
Whoopi, CNN reports every year the U.S. military discharges between 3,000 and 5,000 soldiers for being what?
Don't ask, don't tell. That's what I say. See, everything's not so funny with the skunk over here. Actually, I think they just overweight.
I disagree.
Yeah, they're overweight. They have very strict guidelines in that regard. X gets that square. We get a break. We'll bring an airwick in here, and we'll be right back after this. Stick around.
5 more inches of legroom in our new Economy Plus section. We're doing what we can to make travel easier for you.
Welcome back. Somewhere up there is a secret square worth almost $14,000. Ryan, your turn.
Jack Hanna.
Jack Hanna? Not our secret square, but also without a skunk. This is what, Jack?
It's a red-crested Chiraco from Africa.
Beautiful bird.
Eats blueberries.
Oh, really?
Supposed to eat blueberries. Eats blueberries.
Oh, wow.
Then, of course, blueberry juice will come out here.
Which end? All right. When driving in a foreign city, a travel magazine suggests you keep this on the front seat of your rental car to foil thieves. What?
Skunk. I would say garbage.
I disagree.
The local daily newspaper. It makes you look like a local to the thieves, apparently. X gets the square. Kamara?
Bruce Vilanch for the block.
Bruce for the block. All right, Bruce. What is the fastest fish in the sea traveling at speeds of 68 miles per hour?
It's the Humu Humu Nuku Nuku Apua. Hawaiian fish. It travels at the speed of its name. It is. That's the fastest fish, the Humu Humu Nuku Nuku Apua.
You're making that up.
That's a real fish.
I disagree.
How can you disagree?
The sailfish, actually. The good old sailfish. Circle gets that one. All right, Ryan.
Chaka Khan for the block.
Chaka Khan, currently touring Rufus, featuring Chaka Khan. First time in over 20 years they've been reunited. You stand a better chance of not having a nightmare if your bedroom is not too what?
I really think, I think it has to do with being claustrophobic, nightmares. So I'd have to say small.
Okay.
I agree.
No, not too cold. The colder the room, the more likely you'll have a bad dream. Can't give you that one, Kamara. You got
Chaka Khan for the win, please.
All right, at $2,000. The B-52s had a hit song in the 80s when they encouraged listeners to hop in my Chrysler and head to this place. Where?
Funky Town?
I disagree.
The Love Shack, actually. Circle gets that square. And another $1,000. Marilu Henner was the secret square. Nobody picked Marilu, so tomorrow's secret square stash will be worth over $17,000. And 2 of you at home will have a chance to win that as well. Robert De Niro won his first Oscar for a film in which he spoke only 8 words in English. Do you know what it is? I'll tell you after this.
Here's her.
It was The Godfather Part 2. Welcome back to Hollywood Squares. Our next game is worth $2,000, and Kamara, you start.
Whoopi Goldberg, please.
All right, Whoopi. Now, this famous person is credited with inventing the words assassination and lonely. Who is it?
Mary Todd Lincoln. Is credited with inventing
those words, yeah.
I'm going to say Shakespeare.
I disagree.
Shakespeare. Bill Shakespeare. Yeah, that's right. X gets that one. Break for you, Ryan.
Joey McIntyre.
All right, Joey McIntyre. Joey.
Thanks for having a little faith in me, Ryan.
In 1814, President James Madison left the White House and began his stay at a residence called the Octagon House, where he lived for over a year. Why?
Ryan, in the War of 1812, the British did a number on us, and they burnt down our White House, and it took some time to get it back on its feet, and so he shacked up in the Octagon House, or whatever that's called.
They burnt the White House.
I disagree.
They burnt the White House. Yes, that's right.
I'm trying to help you, Ryan.
All right, Circle gets that one. Kamara.
Chaka Khan, please.
Chaka Khan, all right. Chaka, the human tongue can only distinguish 4 basic tastes: sour, sweet, salty, and what?
Spicy?
I disagree.
Bitter. Bitter, actually. Circle gets that one. Ryan.
Greg Proops.
Greg Proops for the block. All right, Greg. This president once said, I would have made a good pope. Which president?
I think it was Clinton because of his work with the young. Don't judge. Don't judge. Jimmy Carter.
I agree.
No, it was a delusional Richard Nixon who said that. Can't give you that one, Kamara. You have to earn it yourself.
Greg Proops for the win,
Or the
please.
win and $2 grand. Okay. Researchers have found that you're twice as likely to get a dog bite when this is occurring. What?
When you're wearing a lamb chop. During a what?
Mm-hmm.
When this is occurring.
This is occurring. Yeah.
A thunderstorm.
I disagree.
No, a full moon, and no one really knows exactly why. Circle gets the square and the win for $2,000. All right, the clock is ticking. We're going to try to get as many questions as possible, so you'll have a chance if you want Ryan to tie it up. I suppose you do. A $4,000 game. Kamara, you start.
Whoopi Goldberg,
All right,
please.
Whoop, here we go. The entrance to his home was built to accommodate his 7-foot frame. The doormats were big enough for his size 16 shoes, and he was nicknamed the Big Dipper. Who was he?
Now who you think gave him that nickname, John?
I'm gonna say, okay, because there's like 3 7-foot guys, so it's either Wilt, Kareem, or Magic. I'm gonna go with Wilt.
I agree.
Wilt Chamberlain, yes. Circle gets that one. All right, Ryan.
Debbie Reynolds, please.
Debbie Reynolds. Okay, Debbie. Before getting his big break and becoming an actor, Cary Grant had a stint doing this in a performing troupe. Doing what?
Well, he could do everything, and he did everything. You know, I love Cary Grant, but tap dancing.
I disagree.
Juggling.
Right.
Juggling is what he could do. So X gets that square. All right, Kamara.
Jack Hanna.
Jack Hanna. All right, Jack. Animal question for you, Jack. True or false, polar bears are always left-handed?
I know a lot about polar bears. We're getting ready to go back up there in 2 weeks, really, to film the polar bear. Swims 50 miles in open ocean, can go over 100 feet down in the water. Incredible animal. Their
Yeah,
skin
that's
is
all
black.
great. Is he left-handed or not?
Just trying to be intelligent. True.
I agree.
Yeah, it's true. That's right. Okay. That means we are out of time. You got 1X up there, Ryan. We're going to give you $500.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here on Hollywood Squares. We may see you again on Second Chance Week if we do that this season. But Kamara with $4 grand, 2 extra circles, $5,000. You are still our champion. Let's play for a bonus prize. Each star has one. As you know, they total over $100,000. And here are some samples.
There's a check for $10,000 and a Cartier gift certificate. With your Cartier gift certificate, you may choose this Trinity bracelet with 3 interlocking bands of 18-karat yellow, pink, and white gold. A legendary symbol of love, friendship, and fidelity. A gift certificate worth $7,000.
All right, there's also a new car up there, and this is it.
There's quite a lot to discover in the new Beetle. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers. From Volkswagen Santa Monica with $19,625.
All right, Kamara, good luck.
Thank you. Chaka Khan.
All right, what are we playing for in the envelope, Chaka Khan? 10 grand, okay. For $10,000, the Industrial Revolution began in the 18th century in which country? Germany, England, or the United States?
I have to say U.S.
For 10 grand.
I disagree.
England. You got $10,000. Very cool. Hang on to that as a souvenir. All right, let's do some math. Today, you got $15,000. So far, $26,000. And you come back tomorrow, right? Good enough. We'll see you then tomorrow. That's it for today. Stay tuned. Right after these messages, we'll give you complete info on how you can enter our Secret Square sweepstakes. I'm Tom Bergeron for all our stars. Hope to see you tomorrow on Hollywood Square.